President, Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, will be represented by the Honorable Minister of Environment, President of the Senate, Dr. Ahmed Lawan, the Deputy Speaker, my partner, Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, represented by Justice So, the principal officers of the Senate and the House, the former Speaker, Right Honorable Gali Nava, distinguished senators, members of the House of Representatives, honorable ministers and their representatives, representatives of the service chiefs, heads of MDAs and other parastatals, technical partners and other stakeholders, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome all of you once more to the unveiling of the legislative agenda of the 9th House of Representatives, and I thank you for being present. Upon resumption of office, I made a commitment to the Nigerian people that the 9th House of Representatives will be a reform assembly, a center of policy innovation, and agent of transformation in the administration of the affairs of the Nigerian state. My commitment to these objectives has not wavered. It is still as certain today as it was on that day, and I assure you that it will remain so. Thankfully, the ideals to which I have so committed are shared by colleagues in the House of Representatives, and we are united in our determination to effect lasting positive change in the lives of our fellow citizens who have sent us here. Poverty and inequality, insecurity and strife are the product of policy choices. They are not the result of some inherent flaws in our nature or a consequence of an absence of God's favor on our endeavors. We have it in our power to remake our world, to make it better, to say that no child born in this generation will die of a preventable disease or fail to receive an education because his family cannot afford one. We are entirely capable of building a society where our daughters and our sons are protected from the perversions of those who will seek to break their spirits and take innocence from them. We are the ones who can build highways that run from the deepest creeks of the Delta through the savannas of the West to the deepest North, so that through trade we might achieve prosperity, and through prosperity an honorable peace. Ladies and gentlemen, the document we have gathered here to present publicly is a product of extensive deliberations and contributions from within and outside the House of Representatives. We have listened to people from all walks of life and factored in the concerns of various constituencies to identify and articulate a set of priorities that, if addressed responsibly, will change the face of our nation and improve the lives of millions of our people. We have codified in these pages an ambitious agenda that we absolutely intend to achieve. First among these is to reform the way the House of Representatives manages its own affairs in every area, from the administration of our finance to the operations of the committee system and the process of vote taking and recording in the House. Our goal is accountability and transparency, because as we seek to drive reforms across the government, we are obliged to make sure our own House is in the best order. We have collaborated with the private sector to outline a set of objectives and develop a program of activities that will facilitate increased investment, encourage innovation, and drive economic growth. We will act to protect those who are most vulnerable amongst us, doing well to remember always the words of Hubert Humphrey, that great American statesman, who said, "The moral test of government is how it treats those who are in the dawn of life, the children." those who are in the twilight of life, the elderly, and those who are in the shadows of life, the sick, the needy, and the handicapped. We will seek through legislation and oversight, engagement and collaboration, the achievement of a kinder, gentler, more prosperous nation so that we may leave as our legacy a bequest of love and promise greater than anything else that has come before. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my experience that nothing of substance or consequence is ever achieved by the endeavors of one individual alone. This is particularly so in government and public affairs. We succeed by the joint effort of diverse individuals and groups, representing different interests and constituencies, yet working together in pursuit of common objectives and in service of shared ideals. Therefore, nation building and the attainment of a society that is peaceful and prosperous, kind and accommodating, healthy and forward-looking, is the responsibility of all citizens irrespective of status, tribe, or religion. It is a joint task. However, those of us who have chosen as our calling to serve in the arena of politics and public service bear a greater burden because billions of people have chosen us and entrusted their fate in our hands. We cannot afford to fail. I thank the President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for his support for our legislative agenda reforms and for the actions he has thus far taken to support our objectives on critical issues such as the reform of the budget process. What we have today is a selfless partnership between the executive and the legislature, through which we intend to achieve great things for our people. As Speaker of the House of Representatives, I will do everything within my power to sustain that partnership for the benefit of all Nigerians. I ask for all your prayers and for your support in this joint task of nation building. Thank you all for coming here today. As you go in peace and in safety, with good health and Godspeed. God bless you and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Can we please give the Chief Host and the Speaker, House of Representatives, another round of applause?
It is yours. Please put your hands together for the Deputy Speaker.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, ably represented by the Minister of Environment, my brother, the able Senate President, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Ahmed Lau, my brother, the Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, who we popularly call Evangelista in Kano, the Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Ahmed Wazir, the liaison of the President in the House of Representatives, my brother, Honorable Umar Ibrahim El-Komo, the Clerk, National Assembly, the Clerk of the House of Representatives, distinguished Senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Members of the House of Representatives, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this special occasion of the unveiling of the House legislative agenda. The legislative agenda is nothing but the way this institution decides to work and offer its services to Nigerians. I'm glad that my brother, the Speaker, has exposed his intention to Nigerians. We support him. We know that he's very serious. The timing here is very, very important. This house started just a few weeks ago. And as soon as it started, the house left on break. It has just come back. So when I was asked to come and unveil this agenda, I was surprised at the speed with which the Speaker and the House moved. And it is a testimony to the Speaker that he is a thoroughbred Democrat. We fought together with him to ensure that democracy survives in this country. And Mr. Speaker, I congratulate you very much. And this, of course, would not have happened without the active support of your colleagues in the House of Representatives. So members of the House of Representatives, I salute you. And I want to especially recognize my members from Kano State, among whom is the House leader. And I know that members from Kano State are very, very active supporters of the Speaker. So I wish to commend you and to also thank you very much for the support you have been giving the Speaker. It's not for me to make any speech. I know that this is a very important occasion, and the Senate President, who was with me in the House of Representatives, a very active member of that House of Representatives. In fact, I'm very delighted about the attitude that the distinguished Senate President has adopted this time around of working in a more cooperative manner with the executive in order to carry this country to the next level. Mention must be made by me that when the House of Representatives in 1999 determined that the President must be impeached, it was the Senate President himself that amended or introduced an amendment to our motion to include that the President be impeached. So this is a special time to disclose this secret. And today, the Senate President, with the benefit of hindsight, has now decided that we cannot achieve much without cooperating with the other arm of government. Mr. President, we all admire you and the way you are steering this ninth Senate, and it is our hope that your colleagues will support you in this endeavor. Democracy, as we know, has been a work in progress in this country, and people have assumed where we left off, and there must be progress. So thank you very much. With these few remarks, let me unveil this agenda on behalf of the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Thank you very much.
So, Your Excellency, you can go ahead and unveil now. And I want to also invite to join you so that we can have some sense of gender balancing. Senator Akon, the senator representing Akwa Ibom South, please, you are invited. And the representative of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, please come forward. I join them to hold a copy each for the photo shoot. Thank you very much. If you can allow the women to also have a very good position in there, it will be very good. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Please let's put our hands together for Your Excellencies as they go back to their seats, and as I invite His Excellency, the President of the Federal